Welcome to all. Subject Geography, Unit 1. Topic name is Nature and Scope of Geography. So, before starting the class, we first know what we are covering today. We are going to cover definition of human geography, concept of human geography, nature of human geography and scope of human geography. So, now we can start our class. So, as we know, geography is concerned to provide accurate, orderly and rational description and interpretation of the variable characteristics of Earth's surface. What is accurate? So, in this line you have some technical word, that is accurate, rational description, interpretation of variable characteristics of the Earth's surface. So, geography is a study where area is the core topic. Geometry and astronomy are the two parent subject of geography. So, as we know, geography in geometry is always refer to a very accurate measurement. So, in geography when we measure a location, it is very accurate in nature. That means, a geographical data is always provide the or it contains accuracy. Orderly, that means it is a very systematic study. It is also a rational description about the earth and interpretation of variable characteristics of the earth surface, which is covered under the study of geography. So, geography is a topic. When we start studying about the geography, we found that it is a vast study. So, to systematizing the study of geography, we divide the geography into two major branches, that is the physical geography and the second one is the human geography. So, our topic is nature and scope of human geography. So, now in brief, we should know that what is human geography. Human geography studies the man's adjustment to the natural environment, the varied and peculiar ways in which he conforms or adapts his life entirely, wholly or in a part to the physical and organic nature. That means, we can say that the human geography always dealings to the, it is a man environment relationship. So, what is environment? Environment is our surrounding and human being are the we people. So, we people are interact with our present environment. For example, we are the people of tropical area and we are very adjusted with this particular environment. So, environment always leads our way of life, our food, our living style and our surrounding. So, before studying the human geography, everybody or the students who are very curious to know that the historical perspective of human geography. That means, the historical aspect of human geography. So, human geography has a very long history. It is developed during the pre-classical period, in the classical period, medieval period, in the modern period. But the human geography got its importance in the year, or in, we can say that till 18th century it didn't get or got its value, but in the modern period during 18th and 19th century the human geography got its importance, and we are study about the human geography. So, we can say that in human geography we are study the close relationship of man and his physical environment. So, it was a Greek scholar and Roman scholar who are started the study of human geography and gave their view regarding this. So, the not only the Greeks and Romans, but also in the latter period the Arab scholars, the Indian scholars also gave their view to explain the human geography, or to give their, or to give their valuable contribution in the field of geography. Now, we are focused on the definition of human geography. So, already you people know a basic idea about human geography. So, first definition, or we can say that we are selected some specific definition which is given by the Greek, Roman and American scholars. So, Radzel. Who is Radzel? Frederick Radzel is the founder of human geography. In thought paper, when in the higher classes you found that in thought paper we know about his life history, but in human geography we just study about his contribution. So, according to Radzel, human geography as the synthetic study of relationship between the human societies and the earth surface. So, in his view he described about the human geography that it is a synthetic study of relationship between human societies and the earth surface. So, what is human society? Human society, you all students living in a social life, because man is a social animal who is living in a society. So, in our society we have our neighbors, we have a colony, some students have their own village, and if I am saying that the earth surface, are you find a earth surface in your periphery? Yes, you have the earth surface, that means you people are stand on the earth surface, that is our ground. So, we found that earth has a very complex landform, or it has a lot of landform in it. Some lands are plain land, some lands are mountainous land, and some are desert, some land are covered with ice. But society is always living on a particular land. If you people are say that we are living in our village, some people are living in a urban area and they say that our earth surface or our land is different from the village land, but we have a specific relationship with our land. generally we found that the land area consists of some built up land, and sometimes we found that it is either a agricultural land or a swampy area or a desert area or a beach area, but there are some land on which we are living, we are working it. Okay. So, that means our social life completely depend on the earth surface. If there is no earth found, then maybe we are moving in the space area, because our land has a gravitational force which drag us on it. So, first we can say that we have a relationship. So, this definition justified the relationship our society, or we can say that human society to the earth surface. It is the first relationship. So, next in the next definition we can found that the definition given by Miss Semple. Miss Semple is an American geographer. According to her, human geography as the study of changing relationship between the unresting man and unstable earth. That means the unresting man and unstable earth. We people are moving in our day to day life from one place to another place, and the earth, our earth is rotate around himself or itself and around the sun constantly, and it is unstable, it is not stable, it is moving continuously, and it is a continuous process by which we can feel the day and night, and the year changes, the season also change, because to rotate around the sun the earth takes 365 days, during which we feel different season, different month, different days and different times. So, and we are not resting, that means every day we get up in our life, every day we go to our workplace, every day we eat, we sleep, and continuously we used to live in our life in a continuous way up to our death. From birth to death we are on resting. So, in this way her definition regarding human geography as it is the study of changing relationship between the unresting man and unstable earth. Now, the definition given by Huntington. According to Huntington, human geography may be defined as the study of nature and distribution of the relationship between the geographical environment and human activities and the qualities. That means it study the nature and distribution of relationship between the geographical environment. So, what is geographical environment? We found the environment which surrounds us and it is geographical in nature. That means we found every physical aspect, it may be land, it may be atmosphere, it may be vegetation, it may be climate, it may be the our day to day our land area. That means it is recognized as the geographical environment. And human activities, that means we always involve in some kind of work. It may be some work like agriculture, some like work like industrialization, some work like eating, sleeping, and in our day to day life we are always involved in some kind of activities, and the quality of that activities always depends on the physical environment. That means the physical environment or the geographical environment influence our day to day life, or we can say that it directly and indirectly influence our quality of living. In this slide, we are study our subject matter, that is the nature of human geography. So, what is nature? So, we all know that the human being have some nature, like you people have some nature within us. Some people are very polite in nature, some people are very angry in nature, some people are very jolly in nature. Likewise, to study the nature of human geography, that means the subject or our study human geography have some nature within us. In the previous part, we already know that when we are study about the human geography, in brief, we are focused on the man environment relationship. So, if broadly categorized, we divide the nature of human geography into three parts, that is the concept of spatial relationship, the concept of man-land relationship, and the concept of environmental unit. That means spatial relationship. So, what do you mean by? You have a question in your mind that what is spatial relationship? So, the word spatial is belongs to the word space. So, here the question in your mind arises in general that what is the meaning of space? Space means area. In our day to day life, we are using the word space. For example, space in a particular room, the room has no space, or this is not spacious, or it is a congestive area. That space always denote the word area. Area is the core study of geography. From the concept of area, we started measuring that particular area. So, measurement of area is the measurement of earth. In the very ancient period, people have some civilization, and from those civilization the concept of state arises. State and the area of a particular state. That means to measure the area of a particular state, the study of geography started, or we can say that it is the core concept or the very ancient concept to start the study of geography on our earth surface, or we people are started our study of geography from the concept of measuring a particular area. For this region we can otherwise called geography as a spatial science. So, the concept of spatial word is already in your mind, that a spatial relationship among the man and its environment is already exist, which is a part of human geography, where suppose for example, I am saying the study of land. So, land has a particular relationship with its people, those who are living on that particular land area. Suppose for example, that man maybe use that land either for his living purpose or for the agricultural purpose. But for with that land, the man has a specific relationship, and that relationship is studied under the human geography, and it proves the concept of spatial relationship. Now, in the second point, it is the concept of man-land relationship. What is the man-land relationship? For example, in the spatial relationship, I am already given you the example of land. So, here I am use another example for you. You people are know the Eskimos. Yes, Eskimo are the people those who are living in the polar region of the earth's surface. That means the Eskimo are the man, and they have a specific relationship with that land area or with the polar region. Its land, its climate, its environment has some relationship with that man, due to which the Eskimos can easily survive in the polar region. Their way of life, their food habit, their dressing style, their lifestyle are completely different from the people living in the tropical region. So, we can say that the Eskimo has some relation with the polar region, and if we take those Eskimo people to a equatorial region, they cannot survive because they are adapted with that particular environment condition, with that particular land area. We are the tropical people, and in equatorial region we already found that the pygmies are living in the equatorial forest area or equatorial areas. Those are living on the canopy of a trees. They have different lifestyle, and they have a specific relationship with that area. Simultaneously, in the third point, the concept of environmental unit race, which is not so much different from the second or the first part. That means, we can say that the first, second, third concept of human geography, that means spatial relationship, man-land relationship and environment unit. These three concepts are nearly portray a concept that the man and its environment relationship, how a man is react or living in a particular land, how a land or a space or its environment influence on the particular man's lifestyle. Because on the earth surface we found different kind of temperature, different kind of weather condition, different kind of climatic condition, different kind of environment, and the people living in a particular region are influenced by the environment condition of that particular region. That is why we can say that the man and its environment has a very close relationship with each other, and here both are interlinked, or we can in other way we can say that man influence its present environment condition, and in the other way environment also influence the man's lifestyle. For example, if we feel high temperature in the summer days, we are adapted some cultural setup, like we are adapted an AC room for us, where we can found that we can relieve from high temperature from the outside. However, in simultaneously environment also influence us. In the polar region, we found that temperature is very low and it influence the lifestyle of the human being living on that particular region. In the previous slide, we are already completed the nature in brief, that is the spatial relationship with the land, spatial relation and the land man ratio and the environment unit. Now, we are studying the complexity of human geography. That means, the man and its environment relationship is very complex in nature. There is a synthetic relationship found among the earth and its human being. So, those complexity are divided into following sub points. Now, let us start with the earth as a globe. So, you people are already know that the shape of the earth is, it is a spherical in nature, and sometimes we say that it is geoid type and sometimes it is elliptical in nature. This, the shape of this earth is already studied in your physical part, and I just focus about the shape of the earth in a very brief. That means, the earth shape is sometimes it is considered as spherical, sometimes it is elliptical, sometimes it is geoid type. But in general, we see the model of the earth in a globe, which is considered as spherical shape, or it is a sphere, it is a sphere. But in general, we found that the shape of the earth is elliptical. That means, it is slightly bulky in the equatorial region and slightly flattened in its polar region. It is the elliptical. But if we see a earth from very near, we found that the exact shape of the earth is geoid type. That means, it is sometimes in some places of the earth is found some mountainous area, some places are the plain area, some places are plateau area, and some places we found the ocean area, and in those oceans we also found the deep area. So, that means, in Odia we said we can say that the Abura Khabura shape of the earth. Okay. So, how the earth is influence the human life? If we found that we people are living in a plain land, then it is suitable for agricultural activities, and it has a specific type of soil, it has a specific type of agricultural, it has a specific type of living style. However, when we compare the plain area to a mountainous or to a desert area, then we found the difference of the people's structure of the house. In the mountainous area, we found the house of the people are structure, we can say that the structure of the houses of a particular mountainous area are built inside the slope of the mountain. However, if we found the house of a people who is living in a plain area is found on the surface, plain surface region. So, it is difficult to build a high storied building in a mountainous area, but it can be easily built in a plain region. So, the earth as a globe is influence the human lifestyle, and second one is our landform. So, what is landform? I already given you a number of example regarding the landforms. So, landforms are broadly divided on the earth's surface is of two types. One is continent and second one is ocean areas. So, if we take the landform, it can be divided into three phases in a physical part. That is, one is the continent and ocean, which is considered as the first phase of landform. Secondly, the land is divided into plain, plateau and mountainous region, and it is considered as the second form of landform. And in the third form, we found that the plain region, a slope area, a mountain area, a hillock area, a plateau area, those are coming under the third phase of landform. So, how this third phase of landform are created? It is created due to the influence of erosional and depositional agent of the earth, that are the running water, the glacial, the wind movement, and due to the wave, and sometimes due to the underground water. But when this type of landform are already available on the earth's surface, that means some people are living in these areas and their lifestyles are different according to their landform. If they are living in a very high mountainous region, we found that those people are living in those mountainous region in the summer seasons, but in the winter season, due to high very low temperature and due to snowfall, they are forced to go down to the mountainous region. So, landforms also influence the lifestyle of the mountainous people. However, if I am considered a people living in a plain region or plateau region, they do generally not face that kind of problems, or they are not shifted from one place to another place according to their season change. Next, third one is water bodies. So, water bodies also influence the human lifestyle. So, how the water bodies are influenced the lifestyle of a particular region people? It is a very frequent question you find in your mind. You already found some water bodies near your houses, like some pond, some wells, etc. But and think that how these water bodies influence our lifestyle. But think about the water bodies in a gigantic scale. Suppose an ocean or a sea is present in a particular landform, then we take or consider that landform as the coastal region, and due to the presence of that ocean areas, we can feel the not so high temperature in the summer season and not so cold temperature in the winter season due to the presence of that water bodies near the land area. That means that water bodies have some influence in a particular region and the people are influenced by those water bodies. So, for example, suppose we are the people living in a coastal area. Suppose in Puri, we found that the temperature in the summer is not so high and not so low. But if I am taking the place as a Delhi which is situated far away from the ocean areas in India, at that time in Delhi we are feeling the scorching rays of sun in the summer season. However, very cold winter at Delhi, due to which this climatic condition of Delhi is considered as continental climate. However, in Puri we are feeling the coastal climate. Next point is soil and mineral. Soil is found on the upper part of crust and mineral are the inorganic substances which found in the crustal area of the earth surface. For example, in Odisha we found that alluvial soil, laterite soil, coastal soil, and for agriculture Dorosa, Balia, etc. However, like iron ore, copper and bauxite like mineral are found in the Odisha. So, how this soil and minerals influence the human life? Soil and minerals are the physical phenomena which influence the human life from the economic point of view. For example, soil is used for the agricultural purpose. However, minerals are provide the occupation like mining to the human life. So, next the climate. It is a very general concept, the climate you are used in your day to day life. But what is climate? It is the sum total of weather condition of a particular place for a long period of time, and it is considered as generally for the 35 years. So, if the climatic condition of a particular place for a 35 years are same type, then we can consider it that the weather condition or the climatic condition of the particular place is that type. For example, in Odisha we found that the temperature in the summer is up to goes up to 35 degree to 46 degree. However, in the winter season the temperature decrease to 15 degree to sometimes less than 10 degree, and the rainfall is 150 to 250 centimeter, and humidity condition is 40 to 70 degree, sorry say 40 to 70 percentage of humidity are found in the different part of Odisha. So, we can consider it the climatic situation of Odisha is in a particular type, that is tropical dry deciduous type, or it is comes under the tropical type climate. So, the climatic condition is influence the human lifestyle, and on the earth surface we found that the climate condition of place to place are differ very frequently, and it influence directly the lifestyle of human being, the vegetation, their agriculture, their food habits and other things. Next point is the forms of life, the plant and animal. Here forms of life denotes that our day to day life, which is differ from place to place. We generally found that the living style of people of different area differs. It differs from place to place. Their food habit, their lifestyle, their dressing style, their houses are differ. Likewise, climate influence the plants, due to which we found different kind of plants on the earth surface, and according to the climatic region, the types of plants also differ. For example, in the equatorial region, we found very dense forest. The trees of the equatorial area are very high and its branches are very long. But in the polar region, we found that the plants are like algae, like the pines, devdaru, etc. But we found that the plants are differ from place to place, and so also like the plants, the animals also differs from place to place. In the equatorial region, we find the animals like tiger, lions, etc. However, in the polar region, we do not find the animal like the tiger, lion, chimpanzee, etc. But we found the white bear in the polar region. Now, in this slide, we are cover the man response to geographic surrounding. That means the man responds to its environment, and it defined or categorized into three. First one is material need, second one is the geographical surrounding influence the occupation, and third one is the efficiency depends on the geographical surrounding. So, material need is always referred to the food, clothing, shelter, occupation, etc., which is the basic need of a human being to live their life in a particular region. However, the geographical surrounding influence the occupation. I already discussed in the previous slide that the soil and minerals are the phenomena which influence the economic aspect of a particular human being. So, it is a proper example that in the European region, we found the temperate type of climate, where the people are involved in the industrial activities. However, these people are very laborious in nature. However, suppose I am telling the people who are living in a plain area, they are involved in agricultural activity. So, industrialization and agricultural aspect are two different type of occupation which influence the lifestyle of the people are involved in these occupations, and their climate, their environment influence for this. Third one, the efficiency depends on geographical surroundings. So, efficiency of a particular people depends on their geographical surrounding. Sometimes it is found that the people living in the polar region, they are not efficient for high laborious work like industrialization and agricultural like activity. Their occupation are depend on their surrounding. They are depend on the hunting and gathering activities. Now, the scope of human geography. So, human geography creates a vast scope to study. In this, the field of geographical study is our view consists of the lower zone of the atmosphere. That means, in the lower zone of the earth, we the people are living, and our environment influence us in the lower zone of the earth, because we people are not living in the atmosphere or in the space. So, it is the interrelationship of the lower zone of the earth and the lower surrounding. So, at all points where these two zones come in contact, three groups of phenomena are produced. First one, the solar heat is the necessary condition of all activities and life. Its greatest effect is felt in the zone of contact where the earth's crust and the atmosphere meet. That means temperature is necessary for us. We say that sun is the ultimate source of all kind of energy. If, for example, if I am saying a food chain, then sun is the primary source of energy, and from the sun we found that temperature come to the earth's surface, and it is necessary for the lifestyle, because in a very high temperature and in a very low temperature we cannot exist. So, a specific kind of solar energy is necessary for our livelihood. Likewise, a specific type of temperature is also necessary for agricultural activities and other economic activities. So, people are active in temperate region and tropical region. However, we found that very high temperature in the equatorial region and very low temperature in the polar region, people cannot do much work like agricultural and other. So, they are depend on the gathering and hunting like economic activities. Secondly, it is the zone of contact where the atmosphere and earth crust coincide. The greater atmospheric phenomena, variation of temperature, rains and winds and all other geographical facts which results from these are unceasingly at work to change the face of the earth. And third one, or lastly, we can say that it is on the earth's surface of the globe and in the lower portion of the atmosphere that all phenomena of the plant, animal and human life are concentrated. Even the birds which fly high in the sky come back to the earth to rest and to feed. Even a fish also live comparatively very near the surface. Even man's abode is found on the earth. So, now we just give a brief description about the human geography we are studied today. First one, the influence of physical environment on the economic activities, social life, culture and religion of a particular people of a particular region is comes under the study of human geography. Secondly, we found that the influence of man on its environment is also a topic growing importance in human geography. It is started from 18th century, 19th century and till now we are founded that the human geography started study in and the research continue till we found the space studies. Third one, it also deals with the world as it is with the world as it might be made to be. And the final emphasis is on the people where they are living. So, living place is very important for the human being. It influences their physical, economic, social and cultural life. So, we can say that there is a very close relationship exists between the human being and their present environmental condition. Thank you.